So I think most of you would be surprised how soft some of these online games can be, and we got a good one to go over here. This is gonna run for probably like 20 minutes. We're gonna be playing mid stakes, obviously, but I'll tell you what, man. Uh, I say this all the time. I've been playing for many years. I don't have like one type of strategy. I kind of just exploit opponents at the table, and I just like pay attention to what's going on, right? And I think that's kind of the key, right? Another thing is you got to keep your emotions in check because obviously variance is always going to come into play, but there is a lot of nuance to this. I will say this much, guys. We have an awesome community in the pinned comment section. Now, you can talk to me one-on-one in there. You know, if you're just trying to take things more seriously, I can give you more insight than I can do in just one video. We also have some other high-level members as well. And, you know, really, if you're just kind of like stuck hitting a wall or just want to just really take this more seriously to that next level, then you know, I'm going to keep saying it, man, get in it. Or at the very least, subscribe if you keep watching the vids here because I'm always making an effort to post because I'm always playing. But going to run for about 20 minutes. Just grab a bottle of water, some Gatorade, or some coffee, and let's lock in. Questions, comments, things like that, feel free to message me. Probably take me a few days to get back to you, but I will. Okay, I will. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, and we're going to do this, man. Now, I made some pretty good plays in this one, I would say. You know, I pick my spots, right? I'm not like just winging it. There is a lot of thought process going into some of the plays I make, whether it's a bluff or something like that. But you will notice, man, I do post the W's, the L's, and I'm not afraid to bluff if I think somebody's weak. You know, I'm definitely just going to go after them. If I think maybe they have like second pair, maybe third pair, and I could just kind of get them off of it, or maybe like a weak ace with a weak kicker. Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to go for it like all the time. Wow, player 3 missed it there. That was something. All right, so here we go with the ace-queen suited. We got diamonds. Nice looking hand right here. I do prefer the ace-queen to be suited in hearts or spades, but it is what it is. We'll take the diamonds. I'm not going to complain about it. Unless you guys want me to complain about it, I can do that. I can also complain about it. But here we go. All right, so we had a re-raise from kind of like early position here, and we've got ace-queen suited. I decided just to call here. And the reason I did that was because you got to look at this. We have player 5 first to act, he open raises. Player 6 re-raises. I'm not sure what player 5's got, but usually if you open from first to act, you're pretty strong. So that's why I just called here. I probably could have gone either way with it, but the flop wasn't very good. Not necessarily ready to give up on my ace-queen just yet, even though not a whole lot there for us to continue with except floating to the turn. You know, maybe like a 10 on the turn might be decent here. He went pretty small here. I mean, I'm saying the 10 because at least it gives us some like straight draws or something. Turn card was a 5. Not a good card for us. Question is, do we just give up here? You could actually see player 6 is doing pretty well. He continued pretty small here. And the reason that I decided to go for this was because it was such a small continuation. I was kind of like, what is this? He called pretty quickly. All right, river card, interesting. The clubs did get there. He checked it, but we had the queen, and we took down pocket 10. So, all right, we got a little bit lucky right there, but it did feel like, and I'm sure it felt like to you guys watching this, that player 6, he seemed a little hesitant, like a little weak, you know? And that's kind of one of those situations where if I missed the river completely, I might have just gone pretty large on the river. I probably wasn't going to shut down there if we missed completely, but we had the queen, so I just kind of felt like going to showdown at that point might be good. But yeah, I probably would have gone for a bluff, and maybe he would have called. Maybe not. I don't know. But fortunately, we got the queen there. I'm going to stop talking about it. Let's move on. And yeah, okay. But what I'm getting at is like, I have no problem putting in a bluff on somebody if I think they're weak, you know, or turning my hand into a bluff if I think it's going to work, you know. Anyways, we progress, man, but continue sticking with me, guys. It's going to get good, man. It's going to get good. Okay. All right, queen deuce off. Pretty easy fold here. Not much else we could do. Except fold that queen deuce, man. We'll let it go. All right, goodbye, queen deuce. Okay, pocket tens, man. Now we just face pocket tens. Now we're dealt tens. How are we going to play this? Obviously, I'm going to open raise here. Gonna kick it up to the 1250 piece. Okay, so I accidentally did that. I meant to go to the 1250, but it is what it is. I think I stepped away for a second, which is why that happened. Now I'm hoping we get re-raised here. I definitely have, you know, if we can build a pot right here, totally cool with that. See what happens. All right, so unfortunately, well, I mean, it was good we hit the 10 here, but yeah, I mean, we got 3 other players in this hand. There's an ace out there. How do we want to play this? Do we want to slow play it? What do we want to do, right? I think that slow playing is a no bueno here against 3 other opponents. We want to start building this pot now. I think player 4 is going to call us down. See if player 5 came along as well. Now he got out the way. Turn card wasn't the card we were looking for. I was definitely looking for like maybe like an ace or a 7 to pair the board. But we got to continue here. We can't just, oh, I did check it. Oh, wow. Okay, I did check it, and that was just a terrible river card. Can you guys believe this run out? Terrible. Now, I ended up just checking this because I didn't know what else to do. You could say I played that hand poorly because I did, but it was just a terrible run out as well, you know, and I am frustrated about how I played that one. But you know what, guys? Sometimes in the moment you make mistakes or, you know, you lose focus for a second and that kind of thing happens. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it. No, sir. All right. All right. Player 4 and player 2 doing their thing, man. Player 2 still going for it here. He must be pretty strong. Well, he took it down. No resistance. Pretty easy takedown. All right, now we got the ace-8 suited, okay? Yeah, man, I love this hand. Got the hearts. And unfortunately, no one wanted to see a flop. Are you kidding me? All right, 2-8 off. Pretty easy fold here. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm playing pretty good so far other than the 10 situation. I think everything else has been pretty decent. Six five suited. All right, so we got a re-raise here on 6-5 suited. You guys know I'm making this call. Okay, not the flop we wanted. What do we do here, right? Check that out, man. I decided to continue. Now, I was thinking about trying to turn my hand into a bluff, but when he went again there and barreled again, I knew it wasn't going to work, so I just let it go. Frustrating, guys. Frustrating, but it is what it is. Now, we didn't get to see a flop with the ace-8 suited a second ago, but now we got the ace-3. All right, we got that ace-3. We're doing this, man. We are doing this. All right, so I decided to make this call with the ace three suited. You know, I do play a lot of these ace X hands all the time, like when they're suited, so don't really have an issue with it. However, when you get a flop like this, all you can really be thinking is like, thank you. Now, we do also have runner cards for, you know, boats. The flush is still possible, which is good too. I mean, so there's a lot of good cards still. Even we have like the low two pair here. I mean, this is still pretty darn strong, you know. Pot's pretty decent right now. I'm expecting something here from player 5. Let's see what he did. He went pretty, I mean, kind of large here, not like super large. I think the question is, do we call there or just raise? You know what I mean? I just called because we still have 2 players to act behind us, so I'm hoping somebody has something here or something okay enough to call. Now, the turn card's going to put us in a spot where we got to make a decision, right? I'm just hoping it's going to be another low card like a deuce, a 5, or a 4, you know? And it was what we were looking for. And plus, it actually gives us the nut flush draw to go with 2 pair. I think we're pretty good here a lot of the time. If player 5 barrels again, I'm just going to come over the top here. I'm not going to just make the call, right? Don't know what he's got. Let's say he's got ace king or ace queen. I could see that hand kind of doing this. I'm not putting him on ace 5. I'm not putting him on ace 8. It's more like ace X. So we'll see if he makes the call here. But I think coming over the top here is fine most of the time. And I think we'll get called off a lot of the time here with ace king, ace queen, you know. But he folded it, unfortunately. Let's see what that river card would have been. A 4. So yeah, I don't really think it would have changed anything, but kind of unfortunate we didn't get snapped there. But anyways, guys, couple more hands if you want to watch them all the way through. But, you know, more importantly, like I said, if you've been watching this stuff here for a while, you know, you want to take things to that next level. I can give you a lot more insight. Check out the community in the pinned comment. Subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you in the next one.